Both Doctors George Norton and Karen Cummings believe that the PPP government is doing nothing to end juvenile suicide, which is plaguing Guyana. This came out at the APNU weekly press conference held at the office of the opposition leader David Granger today.
According to the World Health Report, Guyana suffers 24.4 suicides per 100,000 persons per year, the highest rate in the Caribbean. As was mentioned before by our opposition leader, we have between 100 and 200 suicides per year in a population far less than 1 million. We rank 4th in suicides per capita worldwide, has the highest rate among South American and Caribbean nations.
Sometimes we think that the sanity of one is involved in this whole action of suicide. But let us not forget that the act of suicide is a rational one that was contemplated and in many cases well planned.
A recent study of suicides in Guyana, incidents, causes and solutions, which had been sponsored by Dr. Frank Beckles, belatedly aroused the government's interest in this previously neglected sector of public health. The study reported that the majority of those committing suicide were young males below the age of 35 years.
Suicide became recognized as a serious public health issue in Guyana only within the last decade, claiming the lives of young people between the ages of 15 to 24 and the third leading cause of death among persons ages 25 to 44. APNU said there seems to be a state of hopelessness and a copycat pattern taking place in societies, and government must take action now.
Pointed to the fact that there is a crisis of hopelessness in Guyana. And unless you deal with the education problems, unless you deal with the employment problems, unless you give young people leisure facilities in the afternoons after they leave school, drama, cultural presentations, unless you get them organized in clubs and provide other types of activities, and in a way help them to get careers after they leave school, you're going to get more of these problems.
APNU said the PPP government, despite occurrences of more than 2 suicides every week, has failed to implement a coherent strategy to reduce or prevent the incidences of suicide.
So APNU is saying today that any half-baked approach will not change and solve this problem. Owing to this type of behavior occurring in the young male population, the type of initiatives to be arranged must be tailored to suit a transformation and a renewing of the mind of the young.
So what we are pointing out is that after 10 or 12 years of looking at the problem, there should be deeper analysis based on the data that have been accumulated, and there must be some intervention on the part of the state. But we have not seen that analysis. We've not seen any intervention on the part of the state. And every week we are provided with more and more evidence that young people are killing themselves.
Andrew Wicks reporting for HGP Nightly News.